Do you know that anytime you see somebody, you will meet an imagination? When the imagination of people are damaged, they start life from failure. Anytime you start discussion with them, they start from the negative. That means it is not possible for you to engage them in 30 minutes discussion if 20% will not represent negativity and doubt. Why? It is because their imagination is damaged by the devil. So they cannot be used to accomplish much. Hi. Clap your hand for what I just said. I said they cannot be used. Why? Their imagination has been damaged by doubt. So they cannot stay 10 minutes without talking about a problem. There are people that cannot finish a discussion without talking about a problem. Why? They can't see God. Because Satan wounded their imagination. And that imagination destroyed their life. I want to ask you a question. Is it possible for somebody whose imagination is already destroyed to do a big project? The Bible said they had imagination, unrestrained, to build a city and a tower whose top reached to heaven. They had imagination, unrestrained. So the imagination was a compendium of utter brightness. When there was no light, there was imagination. I said, when there was no light, there was only imagination. If you look at the scripture, the Bible said God made heaven and earth, Genesis 1:1. And then the Bible said there was chaotic mass in 2. The chaotic mass was begging for the imagination of God. I said the what? The chaotic mass was begging for the imagination of God. Now that the Bible says, and the spirit of imagination brooded over the deep of darkness. The spirit of what? Brooded over void. And God said, let there be light from imagination. And there was light. So God created light and controlled light from imagination. God will not do the last work from brightness. A city whose top and the tower whose top reach to heaven cannot be built by light. Light does not have the capacity. No, because light was created. Something that was created cannot do it. Imagination is God. I told you that I was in Kaduna many years ago to preach. And I said that a day is coming when African girls will say the sand where my leg matched. And a pastor that was now meeting came to me in the hotel room and said, Shepard, he doesn't like the way I said some things. I see the prayer not listening. I said, what do I say? He said, how can you say that people will be gathering sand where your leg matched? How can you say kind of thing in the public? I see the people are not listening. I said to him, and that's what will happen. A day will come when African girls will say sand and people will buy in dollars. I told him, after talking to him, instead of being angry, he said, I should teach him how to think that way. I told him, I said, I didn't learn it. I didn't just learn it. But I know that imagination creates light. Imagination is superior to light. It's not like that made me shepherd, it's imagination. The angel of imagination is my teacher that lives in me. Yes. When I say, Chugoma me chigama, Chugoma me chugama, Chuku de bube, Onye de bube, Chigama he chigama ma, chigama. Chigama ma, chigama, he chuku de bube,
Chuku de bube,
chigama ho,
Chukwama,
chigama ho,
Chukwama,
yeah, chigama ho,
Chukwama,
he good de bube, Onye de.
Chukwama, Chukwama.
It's imagination. It's imagination. That song I sang, 2 of them. I sang it in 5 minutes. Yes, yes. I just created it from imagination. God will not fail. He will not fail you. If you put your trust in Him, He will take you up. Up. I say it's what? It's just imagination. That's why I said here, I said imagination determines the size of spirits. I say imagination do what? The imagination determines the size of spirits. It will be difficult for small spirits to enjoy big, unbridled imagination. It's not possible. Ability of God. Can I tell you something? The ability of God to show great power on earth can only be possible through men of great imagination. When imagination is small, it's already small. That imagination measures the size of people.